All right, everyone. Thank you for joining this morning's webinar. We're going to go over the advanced email editor. I am Ryan McDonough, part of the marketing team here at Metro Roberts Realty, and this is our second webinar of the week involving kvCORE, and we're going to go over one of the newer features that they've just unveiled, the advanced email editor. As always, feel free to chime in the chat with questions, and I'll be sure to answer them along the way. To those of you who are joining us live, thank you for tuning in, and for those of you who are watching when this is pre-recorded, thank you for tuning in as well. So the Advanced Email Editor is a new feature launched by kvCORE to make email templates more interactive. It's a way to design templates as a way for you to stand out and send clickable buttons, images, videos. It's a good way to list promotions through kvCORE. This is different than the options where you just had it was quite limited. You can only type in plain text in your email templates. So this is a new way to kind of sharpen up your image with creating email templates. You can create these templates and add them to smart campaigns. You can send them off as one-offs to one or more contacts in your CRM, or you can schedule them to go out under the schedule emails option. Those templates will just kind of live in your templates folder, and you can do with them anything you may need. You have the ability to customize all the content in these templates. These templates there's a lot you can do with them, and we will go over all that stuff here today. All right, so let's jump right in. So as you all know, the first thing you do when you log into kvCORE is you'll go to your dashboard, and from there you'll go over to Marketing Autopilot. And the way you design your all templates is over here in the Smart Campaigns button. You'll click on your templates button here at the top. You'll go over to Add Template, and you'll select Email, because this is just for emails. And then you will have a new template come up. Now, in order to launch the Advanced Email Editor option, you'll have to click this blue Advanced Editor over here. Yes, switch. And here's the Advanced Email Editor. And what you can do is you can add text. The way you add content in here is you drag it over. You can add images. Let's say you want your image to go below your text. You can add buttons that link to different features. You can throw in dividers that kind of block up some of your content. You can promote your own social media here, and you can embed videos. So if you had a Matterport done or a virtual tour, you can throw that right in here to the body of an email, which is very, very cool. And then dynamic content we'll get to a little later, but throwing all this content in there is very, very simple. It's all drag and drop, and the way you edit your content here. So let's say we want to work with, or before we move on, I'll just say, let's say you want to remove a piece of content. You don't like this button. You just hit the trash button and it goes away. So it's very easy to, it's very forgiving. If you have pieces of content in here that you want to get rid of, you can just get rid of it right away. You can also duplicate it. If you have a whole bunch of photos you want to add in, where's the option there? Come on, I think this divider is breaking it up. Yeah, if you want to duplicate it, you would hit this option here. So for the images, if you want to throw an image in there, you just take an image from your computer, drag it over. Let it upload for a second. Here we go. It'll come there. All right. Okay. Sorry, it's not very pretty to look at there, but this is just an example, of course. Um, so if you want to change the sizing of your image, you can over here in the content properties. Once you have it, you have to select it. So here you see that my image is selected. The way you select things is you just simply click on them. You go over your content properties and you can take this dial. Oh, I'm sorry. Right now the auto width is selected. If you turn that off, you can change the sizing a little bit to make it a little bit smaller. It also gives you, it's smart in the sense where it knows what looks good and what doesn't look good on mobile. So you can have it with the full width on mobile. To change the alignment. Center is obviously the preferred. And then you can also have your image link somewhere. So if you wanted to link to your Facebook or link to your kvCORE website, you can throw in a link here. And whenever the person receiving the email gets the email, they can click on your picture and take them to any of these websites. Then you have the padding options, which is the spacing around the photo. So that's the image with buttons. You can obviously with a button you'd want it to link to something. So you would type in you'd enter or copy and paste your button here. You can also link it to a file if you have a file uploaded, like a PDF or something like that. Any sort of documents you want to send to clients, you can just have them download it right from their email by linking a file here, and you just upload it this way. You can also change the color of the button to anything you want. So we want it to be, I don't know. So we want a red button. And you can, of course, you probably don't want the word button on there. So you can change the text to, and just change it to download here, because in case you have a link to a file or something like that. All different kinds of stuff here to change the properties of the button. Again, padding, you can change the spacing of the button, make it bigger, make it smaller, make it wider. Same deal over here. So that's the button. And in the video, you throw in your a YouTube or Vimeo link here, and then it would link right to it. It'll show up right in the body of the email. So that is a very sharp feature. Now, the other piece of content we have in here is our social media promotion, which is here in this box. And the defaults that it chooses to link to are Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and LinkedIn. So you would just throw in your links to your profiles for each of those. And if you don't have one, like let's say you don't have a Twitter, you can just remove it and it won't show up. You can also add new icons. Like if you want to promote your YouTube, Google+, Snapchat, anything like that, you can add those icons into Pinterest. There's no shortage. So very sharp there. And those appear as these little bubbles. But you can also change the way they appear too. They can be all gray. They can be, white with white, black, and white. They can be squares, or anything like that, all blue. So that's a nice customizable feature. So basically what you can do here is I'm just showing you kind of an example of what the capabilities are here. And what you could do is you could save this as a template. Of course, this isn't a finalized, I'm just showing you the content here. But you'd save this as a as a template. I'll also call this test 1, 2, 3 because whatever. We'll change it, save it under your own scope. So you throw in a subject, say hello. And what you can also do is you can preview your emails to see if how you like it to appear. Like this is what it would appear like for your viewers. You can view it on desktop or mobile. So like this is what it would look like on someone's phone, which is very sharp. Because as we know, probably a good percentage of people are viewing their emails on their phone. To exit out of this view, you just hit the X. And let's say you love this template, you like it a lot, and you just click add, and it saves for you. Okay, so now we have our templates. Let's just search it, see where it is. There it is, there's our template. Now what we can do, we have the option to add this template to any of our existing smart campaigns, or we could send it out to a group of leads, 1 or more leads in our smart CRM, or we could take this template and schedule off in the schedule emails option. What we also can do is we can clone it, which is duplicating it. And let's say we want to throw in a different YouTube video or something, or have this button linked somewhere else. We can do that, and we can clone the template, and we'll just call this test 1, 2, 3, 4, or 1, 2, 4. And it's the same, kind of the same template, or the same design, but with different content in here. And there it is. So this is something that you would do if you were promoting a particular listing and you just wanted to continually use the same design. And then you have the option to just kind of have your ideal design, and then you can make small tweaks to it just by cloning it and making those tiny little tweaks. That could be good for like a monthly newsletter as well. If you wanted to create a newsletter, you can have all your newsletters saved as templates, and you can keep editing them as the months go on, and keeping your kind of same design, but making small tweaks. The way you do that is just in the clone option. You can also edit directly here if you wanted to make edits after you've already saved it. So speaking of newsletter, kvCORE, although it is fairly new, kvCORE does have several default templates that it's created using the advanced editor, one of them being a newsletter. So we'll look at this for a second. So kvCORE's newsletter template made through the advanced editor. So this is pretty sharp. This is a newsletter template that kvCORE has designed that you have the ability to just simply edit and throw in your own content. And this can be very valuable where you can plug in all this information about yourself, about your business, and send it out to groups of your leads. And of course, it gives you a ton of different design options here. If you don't like them, like we said earlier, you have the option of just selecting it and deleting it, and then throwing your own stuff in here. This is a fairly long newsletter, and we probably, in our business, probably wouldn't have one this long, but these are just, I think they make it so long so that you have the option of all these different designs. And so once you're done doing that, you can clone the template over here, and you can save it as September 2019 newsletter and send it out that way. So this is another sharp feature for kvCORE that gives you a good option to gives you a nice option to professionally keep touching your leads. Moving on, there's one other really sharp feature about the advanced editor that I would like to go over, and that is listing promotion. I'll just kind of show you cool ways that kvCORE will allow you to promote a particular listing or create a template to do so within its advanced editor. So we'll click on Add Template, Email Template. We'll go over, open the advanced editor. And this is going to be using dynamic content. Excuse me. So we'll want to start it from scratch. Just open up the newsletter template for some reason. Okay, so when you throw in dynamic content, an MLS ID box will appear here. And I've taken a MLS ID here just for example purposes. One of our active listings here at Metro. And going back into our kvCORE platform, you'll take the MLS ID, throw it in here. And it's called dynamic content because it can do, it's very versatile. It's dynamic, as they would say. So when you select the dynamic content, it brings up all of these options on what you want the content to do. The first option is schedule a showing. You can have it view a listing, agent header, triple listing, all this stuff. So basically you can just create an entire template through the advanced editor using all of this dynamic content. So what we'll do is we'll probably have this be our agent header. Then we'll want to have the main listing image. And then probably triple image listing collage. So 3 pictures from our listing. What else? We'll want, then maybe this is where we want our schedule showing, or we want our view listing, so they can actually go and click the listing link, and then we'll do a schedule showing button. Okay, so this is our stack of dynamic content. It'd probably be good to throw some dividers in here just to kind of clean it up a little bit. And let's promote ourselves a little bit. Throw in our agent photo right at the bottom there. We could have it linked to our website. Okay, so now that we have our dynamic content in there, we want to add some text to it. So we'll say something like, and we'll use merge tags. For those who don't know what merge tags are, they are once you go to type new text, you'll pull up merge tags, and those are the little brackets that automatically enter in any of the data available. And they're great for templates because you can throw in merge tags, and then those templates will personalize these messages on their own. So let's say, like, we'll start the message like, hello. We'll do a first name merge tag. We'll say something like, check out this new listing at, we can throw in merge tags about our listings. So check out this new listing at, we'll do a street address. We'll say going or listed at we'll throw in the price, listed at and then what we can also do, we'll throw in another text box below the main image. And what we can do is we can throw in a merge tag with the listing information, listing description, I'm sorry. So the way this will read is it'll have our header automatically inputted. it'll have this information of all of it'll grab this first name from the leads, from the information the lead gave us. It'll throw in the listing address and listing price right from the MLS ID that we've given. Same with all this other dynamic content. And so the nice thing about this is you can take this template, you can save it exactly like it is, because there's nothing very specific about this listing in this template. You can save it, you can clone it, and you can use it for every single one of your listings moving forward. You can send it out to your to all the interested leads. The thing with this is in order to see what it looks like, you'll have to hit send test. You can't actually view it. So if you wanted to preview it, it just shows everything without its actual specific information, which I think is a little bit of something they need to improve on. But when you send yourself a test, it goes right into your email and you see it right away. Sometimes it might go to spam because it is an email that is going right to yourself, but it comes almost immediately. So I'll show you a little bit about what this looks like. I created one earlier, and this is kind of what it looks like. Because it went to myself, it didn't read the merge tag. That's okay, because it was sent to me. But you see, it put in the address, there was a merge tag. It put in the price, there was a merge tag. This was a piece of dynamic content that it took right from the MLS code that I put in there. Here is the description that was a merge tag. Here's that triple collage. And then we have our view listing, schedule showing buttons, and an image of the agent image. One thing we didn't add in our template was you can throw down here something like, let's see, throw in a text box down here. You can say like, oops, give me a call at, and then they have merge tags for your own information too. So you can do agent, cell phone, give me a call at, or email me, and you can do, whoops. If I could just get my clicks down today. Where'd it go? Agent email, or email me at for more information. You can say like, I look forward to hearing from you. Okay, to throw that in there. And you saw this took about 5 minutes to create. And each time you get a new listing, you can just simply clone this template, swap out the MLS ID with the new one, send it to yourself as a test to kind of approve it. You can make small tweaks if you'd like. And then this is just something you can have forever, and it will take 2 seconds to clone, repurpose for a new listing, and then send it out that way. And as you saw here, this is a pretty sharp looking message. And again, like we said, it only took a couple minutes, but it pulls all the information directly from the MLS. And again, like we saw earlier, you can edit these buttons if you'd like, but a pretty sharp looking message that doesn't take too long to create and to repurpose to clone. You'd want to obviously name it probably something like listing promotion, subject like check out this new listing, and then you can probably, because you're creating new templates, or because you're cloning them and you're redesigning them from the MLS ID, you can probably say like, you can put a new subject in for each of them. So this one is in Elma. You could say like, check out this new listing in Elma. Or and then the next time you get a new listing, you'll clone this template. If your listing is in Orchard Park, You'll throw in, check out new listing in Orchard Park, something like that. Add the template. It's saved. And then now each time I get a new listing, I can do that. Does anyone have any questions? Well, okay. So thank you all again for joining me in the Advanced Email Editor webinar. If you have any questions, obviously don't hesitate to email, call, text me with anything. There's a lot you can do here, and it is a new feature, so they're constantly improving it, and they're creating more templates. So thank you all for joining me, and I'll talk to you soon. Thank you.